This week on Scam School, we find out if one of the biggest, most classic chess scams is even possible. You want to know how it ends? You'll have to watch. This episode of Scam School brought to you by Jack Threads. Welcome to hell. I mean Scam School. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and this week we are at Stanford University with the Chess Club to solve one of the oldest questions I've ever had in the world of scamming: whether or not it's possible, plausible, or even doable to pull off one of my favorite chess scams in all of history. Let's check it out. All right, guys, you have no idea how excited I am to finally put to rest something that has bugged me for dozens and dozens of years. When I was a kid, I read a book by Harry Anderson called Games You Can't Lose. And in it, he describes the most epic of chess scams, where a con man walks into a chess club and challenges all of the greatest players in the room. He says, get me all of your best players, get them in a big fat circle, and I will play all 10 of them simultaneously. I'll play half the games as white, half the game is black, and I guarantee you, I will bet you money that I'll either win or draw at least half of them. Have any of you guys heard of this scam before? So, okay, now there already answers the first question I have. Because for those of you who don't know, first of all, it totally does work. And you don't even have to be good at chess. What happens is that the con man walks in and he sets up all of them in a giant row, and essentially he acts as postman, mailing all of the black moves over to the white tables, mailing all the white moves over to the black tables. So he's guaranteed statistically to always come out with at least winning or drawing at least half of the games, right? And in fact, there are logic papers that reference the first time that it showed up in print. In addition to Harry Anderson's book, there's references to it by I don't know if he's a mathematician or a con man, but his name is Jay Conway. And in fact, if anybody knows the history, is it definitely a mathematician? Do you know the history?
Extremely good mathematician.
An extremely good mathematician. Good, excellent. See, I'd like to think he's part of the con man family. But regardless, that's the problem, is I've never known if this is an actual practical scam or if it's a theoretical puzzle that somebody was able to posit and just, assume that it's possible to work. Now, I know there have been magicians, for example, Darren Brown pulled the scam over on a special in Europe, but I've never seen whether or not how practical it is in real life. So I wanted to see if we could actually play through this with 4 simultaneous games, and I wanted to see if anybody thinks they're good enough that they can actually pull this off and remember which moves go where and play mailman and actually be the chess wizard con man. Who wants to actually try it?
I can try.
Wait, you could try? Are you down for it, Elliot?
So instead of playing by myself, I'm actually just going to reenact what he's doing?
Correct. So here's what we'll do. We'll set up 2 chess boards to one side that you'll play white on, 2 on the other side that you'll play black on. And of course, you will not make any actual decisions, but what you will have to do is you will have to pay attention to when black makes their move, so you can send that over to white, pay attention when white makes their move to send it over to black. Now, you're gonna be doing a lot of mental juggling during the time, but the main thing I wanna see is 2 things. Number 1, whether or not it's practical to keep paying attention as the whole game goes and not lose your place. And number 2, whether or not you're able to be subtle about what you're really doing. Because my problem when I tried to do it was the most I could do is immediately like, oh, okay, hold on. Okay, and like that. So those are the 2 things, and I want to hear your experience of whether or not you think this is an actual practical thing that someone could really pull this hustle. Because the first thing, as we've seen, most grandmasters, most masters, most experts, they know about this scam if for nothing else because of its theoretical, mathematical applications. But I want to know what it's like to actually be in the trenches trying to pull it off. Any questions?
Nope, we're good.
All right, let's set up the boards. We're going to put Elliot to the test. Are you a sucker? Are you a rube? Are you a chump? Are you somebody who pays full freaking price? Ew. If you're somebody who loves your fashion brands like your Kid Robots, your Hurleys, your Stussies, but you don't want to be a sucker and pay full price, guess what, buddy? Got a friend for you called Jack Threads. Now, they are a members-only site, but they get you 80% off of these brands that you love, and the best part is Scam School has the hookup. Head on over to jackthreads.com/scam, and not only will we get you on the inside, but you will be making us look good to our sponsors, you will be wearing some dope threads, and be keeping Scam School in business. Head on over to jackthreads.com. The prices are so good, it it'll melt your brain out your nose hole, and everyone will think it's snot. And you're like, it's just brains. And you wipe it on their face, because you're just that badass. All right, so the setup is, now obviously we only have 4 chessboards here, but theoretically, if you're a true amazing memory wizard, you would have 8 of them all in a giant circle, or maybe even 10. Right. Or if you want to do it, I think Darren Brown, when he did it on the show, he actually did it with an odd number,
yeah,
so he was actually playing one real one, right?
Yep.
What are your questions before we get started?
Just basically, am I going diagonally? So I'm playing these.
I would go diagonal, because otherwise it's going to be pretty obvious when these guys realize you're just, moving one to the other. Because keep in mind also, there's the fact that when this guy makes a move, he'll notice that you always go straight over there, and then likewise. But if you go across, I think that'll be a little more subtle.
Okay.
But the main thing you got to watch out for is if you get one move off, then
the whole thing goes.
Then you really are just playing us all with your mind, and that's going to be trouble, right?
Not necessarily.
Or is it? Okay, you guys think he's got it goods either way. Maybe that's the real scam. Is Elliot's just like, I'll beat you all naturally.
At that level, you can play multiple games at the same time and still be pretty
Yes, and
good.
of course there are real, genuine geniuses. However, there's actual talent, and then there's scam school. We're down here at the scam school level. All right, I'm going to dive in over here, which means I'll get my ass handed to me by Andrew.
All right, so I'm here tonight to beat all of you in chess very convincingly. So I hope you enjoyed the beatdown.
Yes! You're going down, man.
Awesome.
Good luck.
What a gentleman.
What deja vu, actually.
Good luck to you.
Oh, you see, don't even shake my hand. All you do is pass the move over and you're done.
You guys are doing pretty good so far.
So much cockiness. This is awesome.
I think the key too is you have to act like you're looking at all the boards at once and that you aren't.
Well, and that's the thing I was worried about, is that the idea that you would telegraph from the very beginning that you're just playing messenger.
All right, let's see. What should I do here?
You should resign, sir.
Check. Check.
That's a terrible idea. I'm going to regret this.
I think I'm going to regret this next move.
Resign.
Really?
You think?
All right, yeah, this looks pretty bad for me. Great game. This also does not look good for me, by the way. But this game, I think I'm winning, so.
I'm glad it all balances out. Now, you're far enough along in the game, you could actually, at this point, let's say it got all screwed up, you could actually just take over and play and let them get different at the end. I suppose, I don't know.
Yeah, you could. You could.
There you go. Take that.
Take that.
So we're stalemating this, right?
Oh, don't actually go for stalemate.
This is fine. I can do this. What? That's fine.
Do you just stalemate him? You just gave it up? All right. So this is good. So the end result, is we had one win, one loss. Oh, I see. We had one win, one loss, and 2 stalemates. How curious.
We may have planned this stalemate.
So a couple of questions about this. First of all, was there ever a moment you felt, now obviously we're only dealing with 4 games instead of 8 or 12 or 10. Did you feel like the principle was the same and you'd be down with it, or did it ever get like swimmy, like you were having a hard time keeping up?
It was fairly easy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And so also, now I'll tell you what, I'm not one to criticize. You obviously defeated me in chess, but the first move, it did look like you obviously just went up and looked at someone's move and then did it to me.
Yeah,
at the very
I think
beginning.
it took me a while to get in the groove of how to like rotate and not, do a tell.
Right. Well, and that's the part that surprised me. Once the game actually got going, all of a sudden I didn't care what you were doing with everyone else. All of a sudden I was paying attention to this game,
Right.
and I was just paying attention to the moves you were doing. So I can see how somebody would lose himself in it.
Right.
So what do you say? Practical in the real world or
Absolutely.
very bustable?
That's definitely practical.
All right. Well, good. Everyone give Elliot a big round of applause. He killed it.
Thank you.
Chess wizard. All right, so we were talking about chess variations. What is this one right here?
So this one's called the flying knight. This is a situation where white has all of its pieces, black only has a king and a knight.
Okay.
It's called flying knight because the black gets to move twice, 2 to 1. So white moves once, black moves twice.
Okay, now, and outside of this, the rules are all still the same.
Everything
you
else
have
is still
to
the same.
checkmate their king, but they
Right.
have all their pieces, and somehow this is an even fight?
No, this is not.
Wait, what do you mean when we say no, it's not even?
Black is winning.
No, why? That seems insane. All right, play it. Yeah, play a speed match. Convince me of
Oh
this.
God. I don't know.
There's no way. All right. Okay, no, all right, now do the 2 moves. Show the 2 moves, yeah.
Oh,
for
sorry.
the stupid people like me. There we go, thank
2.
you. All
So,
right.
so you're saying now you're threatening checkmate then? Is that what you're saying?
You're in check.
Oh, crap. Oh, I see. I got you.
You're
I
in
got you.
check. And this is where it gets very interesting
That's
because you
absurd.
can actually jump and take a queen and jump out.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
my
then,
God.
Well, then what if I check right now?
Oh, no, you're
Oh,
in
I'm
check,
in
so
check.
you can't play the queen.
Yeah, you're in check.
So check.
Really?
Check.
This is so brutal.
All right, now, okay, so you went.
I-
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah.
Gotcha, all right.
This is yeah. I can see how this wins though for him.
Oh yeah. So here,
Wait, you get to move twice because
you
you
get to
moved the
move
king.
twice. I get to move twice.
Crap, that's so unfair.
So you're in check.
Oh, that counts too.
That counts too.
Because the
You're
king
in
can
check.
plow through.
Oh,
All right,
man.
now that's just silly.
I didn't know that then.
No, the king. He's
King
in check.
gets
He
moved
only
twice.
gets 1 move. I get to move twice. He gets to move 1.
Oh, then yeah,
Wow.
it
He's
is
in
hopeless.
check.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Look, guys, you guys were freaking fantastic. This was an epic time. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. It was a freaking honor. You guys are geniuses and brilliant. I hope you guys enjoy the scams, man. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
First and foremost, want to give a huge thanks to the folks here at the Stanford Chess Club. Fantastic job. They finally scratched that itch in the back of my brain. If you want to learn more about this scam, you can check out the book Games You Can't Lose, A Guide for Suckers by Harry Anderson. I think it's up there at Amazon somewhere. And of course, I want to hear about your success stories and failure stories, so post them at the forums at scamschool.tv, where you can see all of our episodes right back to episode 1. And of course, if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. By the way, why don't you and me become best friends? Let's hit us up on the Facebook. fb.com/schwood is my little house on the intertubes. I don't have too many friends. I'd like you to be my friend so we can share awkward pictures. That didn't sound right. Next week, you're not going to want to miss it. We're going to learn how you can actually win playing the lottery. Here's a hint. The only way to win is to be the government-controlled monopoly that plays this terribly unfair game. Probably shouldn't have said that. They're coming after me. Coming after me! Run!